Hello everybody and welcome back to another trip report. Today's trip report is particularly exciting for me because today we're flying from Sydney here in Australia over to Nadi in Fiji aboard a Fiji Airways Airbus A350. Now this is particularly exciting for me, one because I've never been on Fiji Airways, two because I haven't been on an A350, and three because it's my first international flight post-COVID. So yeah, anyways, got to get to the international terminal, which I've never been to here in Sydney, but since we've arrived in here at Terminal 2, we need to catch the train down to the international terminal. So now here at the train area, you just have to tap on with your credit card and then you're all good. So also, I will go through in depth a bit later, or actually maybe even now, about what you do need to enter Fiji, because you do need quite a lot more things than pre-COVID. You need travel insurance, proof of a negative COVID-19 test within 24 hours before the flight departs, and also COVID vaccination, and passports, obviously. So yeah, make sure to have all that with you, otherwise you're not allowed on the plane. Okay, so now we just got to go down here to platform 1. Sorry, I meant platform 2. And in 2 minutes, maybe less, we're here at the international terminal. This is instead of a 10 to 15 minute bus that goes every half an hour, or you can walk, which takes an hour and 15 minutes, which I would be very surprised if anyone's ever done that. It feels so good to be able to travel international again, I must say. Now going up the escalator, and up another escalator. Believe it or not, up another. By the way, just for a little bit of info, Fiji Airways fly 3 times daily now from here in Sydney, which I believe is more than pre-COVID. 2, or most of the time it's 2 on board a 737 MAX and 1 on the A350, which is what we're doing today. But sometimes they do also run an A330 in the afternoon. So according to the departure board, our check-in is right at the other end of the terminal. You can see Qantas have a lot of people checking in for them because they have a lot of flights internationally out of Sydney now. So even further this way, it's in a complete other section down there. There it is, Fiji Airways. There's a pretty long queue here. Check-in completed. It was really good. The staff were really friendly, and despite having to show many more documents, it was pretty quick and easy, to be honest. I'm quite impressed. So yeah, I mean it did take a while, but that always happens on international flights. Our plane is actually arriving in right at this very second, but there's heaps of cool planes out there, including ours. Okay, now that we've done that, it's now time to go through security, which is just here. Okay, so security completed. Considering it's international security, I'm really impressed at how quickly it was. Passport control was so quick, because it's all automated. And then the actual screening, look, it was still quick, but it wasn't like, crazy quick. But yeah, anyways, here we are in the international terminal. This is duty free. Heaps of stuff to buy here. And yeah, Our gate's right down the other end. I think it's actually the last gate. So, yeah. Anyways, I think I'm going to go get some food and do some plane spotting. Just now having a look around this terminal since I've never been here before, doing some plane spotting, which is always fun. Here we are, just near gate 51. This is our plane for today. This is DQ-FAI. It's a 2019 built and delivered Airbus A350-900. It was originally ordered by Hong Kong Airlines, but was not taken up, and then Fiji Airways took over the order and took delivery of it in November of 2019. It's been with them ever since. It's got a beautiful view of it here. It's worth noting, compared to the other end, this part of the terminal is a lot quieter. I would guess that it's mostly the passengers on Fiji Airways using this part of the terminal. Since there's a 737 MAX here and our A350, of course. It is now time for boarding. Right on time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Now time to board. Kuala.
Sir, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Have a good ride. I'm well, thank you so much. Right this way.
Yep, thank you so much. Welcome aboard the Fiji Airways Airbus A350. And I think they've sprayed it with something too, so it smells amazing. It's a beautiful, quiet cabin. I love it. It's very clean too. Hello, Bula. My seat for today is 53A. On the right side of the aircraft, or technically speaking left, in aviation terms, with a very nice view of the wing here. Welcome aboard the Fiji Airways Airbus A350-900 in seat 53A. Now let's go through the seat features of this aircraft. So just here you have the touchscreen, which I will go through in detail a bit later, but it looks very nice. It's a decent size and is very responsive. And then just here you have a USB port to charge, which is awesome. Then you have headphone jacks just there, and controls for the touchscreen just there. And then here you have a pretty cool looking tray table, which you can fold and you can pull out and in, but only a little bit. It's a pretty decent size and it's clean, pretty much. And then just here you have the safety information card, and you do have complimentary headphones just here, which is nice, but I would expect that for an international flight. And then just here you have a seat pocket to just put whatever you want. Legroom here is really good. I don't know if it's 30, or I don't know if it's 31 or 32 inches, but it's somewhere in between there, and it's really good. Definitely acceptable for a flight of this length. Just on the side here you have seat recline controls, and here is the recline. So it's a very, very generous amount of recline. And then I'll show you the headrest here. You can do that, so it's very nicely adjustable. It seems pretty comfy too. You can push it quite far up and quite far down, so it doesn't really matter how tall you are. And yeah, And this is comfy also. But really, that's about it for the seat features of this aircraft. Overall, I think for a flight of this length, it's only about 3.5 hours. I think it's really impressive and really good. So I have no complaints about it. It's very, very clean in this cabin too. So yeah, very impressive. And the crew are really friendly and gave us all a warm Fijian welcome. Also, I forgot to mention here, you can put pieces of paper or something like that down here, which is also pretty handy.
Just a little bit of weather out of here, but once we get going, we should have fine conditions. Nadi weather is forecasted to be fine as well. I'm Captain Nitin Hiralal. Assisting me today is First Officer Kusan Amarsi and Second Officer Brian Nair. In the cabin, you're looked after by the lovely Jade and her crew. Sit back, relax, and enjoy once we get going. The last check about 5 minutes ago, we're still waiting for 50 passengers to board. Once they're on board, we'll be on our way. And our cargo doors are closed, so it's just the passengers that we are waiting for. We shouldn't be too long. Thank you.
Takeoff.
It is now time for pushback.
Must be in flight or airplane mode. If your portable electronic device gets trapped in your seat, call your crew immediately. Do not move the seat. Please ensure you keep your face masks on whenever practical. Note that smoking is not permitted, and this includes electronic cigarettes, pipes, and cigars.
Bula and welcome on board this Fiji Airways flight. Our commitment to safety is matched only by our love for nature and the environment around us. Welcome to our home.
Please give us your full attention as we take you through this important safety briefing and on a journey of discovery into some of the actions we've taken to preserve our wonderful yet fragile home.
Firstly, please check that your tray table is stowed away.
By the way, we
your
are
seat is
leaving
in
it
the
practically
upright
right on time.
position and your window shade is open. All hand luggage must be stored tag as you exit the aircraft. There is a mouthpiece for extra inflation, and the jacket has a light and a whistle for attracting attention.
Cabin crew should now be seated for takeoff.
It is now time for takeoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a safety requirement that once seated, you ensure your seatbelt is securely fastened at all times. Pinata.
we have stir-fry vegetables and black bean sauce with rice. We do apologize in advance if your meal of choice is not available to previous guest selection. We ask that your seat be upright and your tray tables down during this service. Vinaka, and enjoy your meal.
Now up here at our cruising altitude of 12,000 meters, doesn't seem to have an imperial system on the Fiji Airways map, so I can't tell you what it is in feet. I would be suggesting it's anywhere from 40 to 43,000 feet though. Anyways, the cabin crew, by the way, they are coming around to give out food, which is going to be a lunch, meal and warm, so that's really nice. Looking forward to that. But firstly, I wanted to mention something that I haven't seen because of COVID yet, but they actually handed out hand sanitizer, which I know most people would have sanitizer, but I still think it's something definitely worth mentioning, and it's just something little that makes this airline feel very welcoming. Okay, so now halfway through the flight, still at 12,000 feet. I would have put the actual cruising altitude in feet earlier in this video, but now let's have a look at the food service. It has taken a while, but to be fair, it's a hot meal service and it's 350 passengers and we're near the back, so yeah. Anyways, there was a vegetarian option, which was rice and some vegetables, but I opted for the non-vegetarian option, which was chicken, noodles and a couple of vegetables. I have tasted it. It's not the best airplane food I've had, but the chicken is quite tasty. It's just the it looks like pasta, like Italian pasta as opposed to noodles, and tastes like that too. And it's also just quite dry. It's not particularly warm, but you know, it's a 3-hour flight. It's not really like, this flight wasn't super expensive, like not nearly as much as Qantas, so I think it's pretty good. And then also, I think this should be Fiji water, as well as an apple juice. They had many other drinks, including alcoholic beverages, tomato and orange juice, tea, coffee, and all those other things. Oh, and of course, can't forget a little chocolate, or actually, I'm not sure what it is. But yeah, for a flight of this length, I think it's pretty good. I will, once I finish eating, go in depth on the entertainment. I just finished all that I want from this. I'm not going to have too much because it isn't amazing. I ate all the chicken though. And then just in here, this is the dessert. It's, if you know what a Tim Tam is from Australia, it's pretty similar to that, but like a Fijian version. It's very tasty. I finished my drinks also. By the way, in terms of what I think they could do instead of the pasta, I think they should do like rice noodles or actual rice. I think that'd go quite well. But yeah, anyways, not too bad, and for a flight of this length, pretty good. Okay, so just about 10 minutes after that last recording, I think it's about time now to show you all through the in-flight entertainment. So let me close that, and let's just see if we can have a look. So basically, the best thing about this one, I would say in particular, is that it's really responsive. So if you click that, immediately it moves. So you have these buttons here which you can use. If I just want to go home, there you go. They have plenty of movies, including new movies like No Time to Die, and lots of movies for everyone. They have also information. This is just the top picks. So if you click on watch and all movies, then this is, they have a lot of movies, and it's, I love how responsive it is. It's pretty much immediate. board, in terms of movies, it would be pretty difficult to manage to get yourself in a situation where there's nothing for you to watch. Okay. And then another thing that I find really cool, which a lot of new planes like the A350s and some Dreamliners, I think it's actually particularly an Airbus feature. There we go. So if I click on the in-flight map, I'll show that to you guys. So this is currently where we are. An hour and 25 minutes left apparently. Been in the air for 2 hours and 9 minutes now. So we're just flying via Numia, or that's almost definitely not how you pronounce it, but New Caledonia, and yep. And then here's Fiji. And then if you click on the top, you can see a whole lot of more information. You can change it to, I'm not going to look at that. Yep. And I'll show you the Wi-Fi, because there is Wi-Fi on board, however it's not free. No, not the video. So basically, I cannot remember exactly what it was, but I think it was something along the lines of for like $2 for 20 megabytes of Wi-Fi, and then for 500 megabytes it was something like, I'm pretty sure it was $25 US, because they charge everything in US dollars, Fiji Airways, because that's, I think that probably because that's just what's easiest for them. But yeah, so there's heaps more too. There's games and stuff which I'm not really interested in, so and I doubt a whole lot of you are. But if you are, then there's definitely games for you. I'm not sure what the touchscreen wants here. There. So yep, and if you have a look, you can, I think there's some magazines and everything to read too, and you even have information. I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere, explore. Yeah, like it tells you about like tourism in Fiji and what you can do there. So overall, I think their in-flight entertainment system is spectacular, considering there's other airlines on this route. I mean, Qantas has Wi-Fi, which is hard to compete with, but as for Jetstar, they don't have anything. Virgin, they do have an entertainment system, but it's nothing compared to this, and you have to have it on your own device. So yeah. Anyways, long story short, I think it's really good, and I am impressed. We should get to enjoy a beautiful sunset over the Pacific Ocean soon. Here, 35 minutes from arrival. Just wanted to show you the headphones because I did forget to do that. So that's rock solid there. That's pretty hard. So they're actually tiny. Like my hands are small, and these are, yeah, they're really, really small. But you know what?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Captain Hirola. We're currently 219 nautical miles from Nadi. Good day.
So basically, what I would say with these headphones is they work and they do their job. And I wouldn't expect anything more, but I definitely would not expect anything less, because these are very low quality. But they do their job. They are a bit hard to get on, but yeah, they work. About 5 minutes ago, we started our descent into Nadi. Now we should be landing in about 20 minutes. if all goes to plan, assuming that we don't slow down too much. You can see there, I forgot to show you earlier, there is a camera view, but the only thing you can see out there at the moment is a red light flashing on the top of the plane. But I should have shown that earlier, but just so you know, there is a camera. I'm just going to switch it to the map.
Crew, thank you. We're ready to come for landing.
We have now started our very dark approach and landing into Nadi. I'm sorry for whoever's behind us. They've been really noisy the whole flight. It's been quite annoying, I must say. Anyways, welcome to Fiji.
With that beautiful landing, ladies and gentlemen, Nisambula, and welcome to our home. Where the local time is 13 minutes to 8 o'clock. We are now approaching the terminal.
By the way, we have arrived 20 minutes late, which is not too bad.
With your seatbelt fastened. Please check your seat pocket and overhead lockers for personal belongings. When opening the overhead lockers, please take extra care as items may have moved during the flight.
I do apologise, however, there's not much I can do about it. Due to the high humidity here in Fiji, the condensation has got onto our window and I can't really see much outside. It is now time to deboard. Thank you. Have a nice day. Welcome to Fiji. I can already feel the humidity. And here will be a great opportunity to get a great photo of the aircraft. It is so humid out here. I must say, if you like plane spotting and getting good photos, Nadi's the place to go. Oh, nice to be back in slightly cool air. Fiji Airways often do some transits, like they connect Australia and New Zealand with San Francisco and Los Angeles and Hawaii. Anyways, I'll be back at you when I have finished going through customs. Okay, we've completed customs and there's our bag claim. Just got to get the bags. But I am now going to conclude this trip report. Well, firstly, I'd like to say at Sydney Airport, having that train that goes every 10 to 15 minutes is really helpful, and it's really smooth and quick, so that's really good. Sydney Airport, it was a long way to walk, but that's okay. My main problem with that airport was the fact that there weren't a whole lot of bathrooms, and also there was practically no food stores open near our gate. But yeah, and then boarding, you know, I felt really welcomed by the crew. They're really friendly, and then the boarding music is good too. For some reason, the boarding music was playing until we got to cruising altitude. I'm not sure if that's normal. Yeah, and then the fact that they gave us out sanitizer was really good. The meal service was good, but it wasn't amazing. But perfectly acceptable. In fact, I'd say it's really good for a flight of that length. Lining was good and everything like that. And then finally, customs here. Well, I mean, no, customs are really quick, but what I can tell you is that I am impressed at how fast they were here, considering, you know, the circumstances, and it's not automated. So yeah, definitely exceeded my expectations in that way. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. I need to get my bags and head to my hotel because it's getting late. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. A like and subscription if you enjoyed would be much appreciated. Check out my community tab for polls and information, as well as my website for information on upcoming flights and all those sorts of things. But yeah, thanks for watching, have a great day, and I hope to see you in my next video.